Pi Network just got absolutely exposed, and I'm about to reveal why Coinbase and Binance are systematically avoiding this project, plus why one expert is calling for a mind-blowing 100 to 300 times price explosion. Make sure to watch this video entirely until the end, because this could change everything for Pi holders. Goldrush here, and welcome back to Gold Rush Crypto Daily, your daily dose of high-octane crypto insights that separate the winners from the losers. Today, we're diving deep into two absolutely explosive stories that are shaking the Pi Network community to its core. We're talking major exchange listing delays and a hidden ecosystem worth potentially $100 billion that 99% of traders are completely sleeping on. Let's start with this absolutely fascinating article from the Coin Republic that's got the entire Pi community buzzing. According to this piece, Pi coin price has been stuck in what I'm calling the frustration zone, hovering between 44 and 50 cents while the rest of the crypto market has been going absolutely parabolic. Now here's where it gets really interesting, folks. While Bitcoin's been smashing through all-time highs, Pi's been down nearly 4% and trading at just 45 cents. The trading volume? A measly $78.83 million in 24 hours. That's practically flatline territory for a project of this magnitude. But here's the kicker. Pi has completely fallen out of the top 30 crypto rankings by market cap, and the community is absolutely fuming about it. The weekly chart shows a 1% decline, but get this, we're looking at a devastating 26% drop over the last 30 days. That's not just a dip, that's a full-blown correction. Now, the million-dollar question everyone's asking is, why aren't major exchanges like Coinbase and Binance listing this beast? Well, buckle up because renowned market expert Kim H Wong just dropped some absolute bombshells about the real reasons behind these delays. According to Wong's analysis, there are three critical factors that are keeping Pi off these major platforms. And trust me, these revelations are going to blow your mind. First up, Pi Network's blockchain code is not being fully open-sourced. That's right, folks. In a world where transparency is king, Pi is keeping their cards close to their chest. For exchanges like Coinbase and Binance, this is a massive red flag because they need to verify every single line of code before they'll even consider a listing. Second bombshell, there's a complete lack of third-party security audits. As you can see in this article, Wong emphasizes that leading exchanges prioritize verified security and compliance above everything else. Without these independent audits, Pi is essentially asking exchanges to take their word for it, and that's just not going to fly in today's regulatory environment. But here's the third factor that absolutely stunned me. Wong suggests that Pi Network may not have even applied for listing on these major exchanges. Can you believe that? While the community's been screaming for Binance and Coinbase listings, the Pi core team might not have even submitted the paperwork. Now, I've got to give credit where credit's due. Wong acknowledges that Pi has made some absolutely massive progress. They've set up a $100 million venture fund and launched Pi App Studio. But mark my words, until they address these three critical issues, we're going to keep seeing this stagnation. The absence of confirmed third-party audits and the closed mainnet status are creating what I'm calling the trust deficit. These aren't just minor technical hurdles. They're fundamental barriers that are preventing institutional adoption. But here's where the story takes an absolutely wild turn. While everyone's obsessing over exchange listings, analyst Dr Altcoin just dropped a prediction that's going to make your jaw hit the floor. This guy is calling for Pi to rally 100 to 300 times its current value, without major exchange listings. Let me break this down for you. Dr. Altcoin is arguing that Pi Network's focus on building a peer-to-peer ecosystem with real-world utility completely sets it apart from every other project in this space. He's saying that Pi's value will grow organically through ecosystem adoption, not through speculative trading on major exchanges. And you know what? He's got some compelling evidence to back this up. Pi Network's AI App Studio and that massive $100 million venture fund are creating what he calls genuine utility drivers that could fuel sustainable growth over the next 5 years. Now, let's talk about this hidden ecosystem that most traders are completely missing. According to this incredible article from Hoka News, Pi Network has quietly mined over 100 billion coins with millions of pioneers, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real value is being constructed behind the scenes, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking about developers coding smart contracts, communities designing payment systems, marketplaces embedding Pi for micropayments, and service providers integrating Pi into everyday transactions. Here's what makes this absolutely revolutionary. Pi isn't just another blockchain project. It's designed for mobile accessibility, which means smart contracts aren't just for financial instruments. They're optimized for real-world functions like escrow for freelance work, identity validation services, local commerce transactions, and peer-to-peer utilities across emerging markets. Look at this data here. Several Pi-based applications are already in early stages, targeting sectors like community lending, educational micropayments, and local supply chain coordination. These pilots may not be publicized yet, but they offer tangible proof of concept for Pi as a medium of value. But here's the absolutely staggering part. Pi Network has over 1 billion light users. That's not a typo, folks. 1 billion active explorers on Pi messaging channels. That's the kind of critical mass that could trigger a utility explosion unlike anything we've seen in crypto history. The community-driven infrastructure is emerging in regions where traditional finance is limited, enabling local economies to access decentralized value via smartphones. This isn't just financial inclusion. This is infrastructure sovereignty on a global scale. So what does this mean for Pi holders? According to the analysis, increased access to in-network payments and local merchant acceptance is coming. We're looking at public dApp launches for micropayments, identity verification tools, and decentralized data sharing. Plus, on-device validators and community-driven governance tools are scaling across emerging markets where Pi's mobile-first structure offers clear advantages. Now, I want to be absolutely clear here. This is not financial advice. But based on everything we've covered today, I'm seeing a project that's building genuine utility while the market focuses on short-term price action. Pi Network isn't just mining billions of coins. It's building a global movement, a Web3 utility layer embedded into everyday life. The visible coin supply is just the surface. Below that, a robust ecosystem of applications, smart contracts, and social systems is forming. If Dr. Altcoin's predictions are even halfway accurate, and Pi reaches 100 to 300 times its current value of 45 cents, we're looking at potential prices between $45 and $135 per coin within the next 5 years. That would put Pi's market cap in the hundreds of billions, potentially rivaling Bitcoin itself. But remember, this prediction is based on organic growth through utility adoption, not speculative trading. The key takeaway here is that Pi Network is playing a completely different game than traditional cryptocurrencies. While most projects chase exchange listings and speculative pumps, Pi is building the infrastructure for mass adoption in emerging markets. Whether you're bullish or bearish on Pi, you can't ignore the scale of what they're attempting. 100 billion coins, 1 billion users, and a $100 million development fund. Those are numbers that demand attention. So make sure to smash that like button if this analysis opened your eyes to Pi Network's potential. Subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're going to keep tracking this story as it develops. The crypto space moves fast, and you don't want to miss the next major breakthrough. Share this video with anyone who's been asking about Pi Network. They need to see both sides of this story. The listing delays and the hidden ecosystem developments paint a complex picture that every crypto investor should understand. Drop a comment below and let me know, are you bullish on Pi's organic growth potential? Or do you think exchange listings are absolutely critical for success? I read every single comment, and your insights help shape our future content. Until next time, this is Goldrush signing off. Keep stacking, keep building, and remember, in crypto, the patient money makes the serious money. We'll see you in the next one.